Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chapter 1 of Introduction to Global Health. I'm Jeremy Whitaker, your instructor for the course. Now, I've combined the preface in Chapter 1 into one lecture. It's going to be pretty quick, so let's move along. So, again, looking at the preface, which is really interesting, it talks about this problem of traditionally these global health or international health classes being a collection of problems. Here's what's a disease that's ravaging here, and a disease here, and poverty here, and really not a holistic discipline. And so then this book really tries to say, well, no, we're going to basically combine this into a discipline and not just talk about what's wrong in different places. So again, global health should combine all these different social sciences along with traditional public health that we practice here in the United States. But a theme that is kind of this ribbon you're going to see throughout the entire book is that most roads lead back to poverty. And again, that most countries have far less money. Most people have far less money than we even think of poverty in the United States would be wealth in another country. And then there's an interesting story near the back of the preface about a cholera outbreak that kind of demonstrates this kind of unintended consequences. And so when you do something, there are always going to be consequences, and trying to see what those are going to be. So looking at Chapter 1, it's going to talk about that 5 of the leading causes of death that you see in the developing world aren't things you see in what we call the first world, developed or industrialized nations. And again, these are infectious disease. And you're going to see these infectious disease be near the top or at the top because if you basically get an infectious disease and die at a younger age, you're not going to live long enough to have a heart attack or develop cancer. And a lot of these, like diarrheal diseases, of course, neonatal infections, attack people under the age of 5. And that's where a lot of those deaths occur. And again, there's a thing in the book that, again, this poverty ribbon that's running through, that you see health disparities where in some countries life expectancy is less than 50 years old. And again, in the poorest countries versus industrialized nations, which have a life expectancy about 30 years higher. And again, if there's a big concept that you really need to understand from Chapter 1 is disability adjusted life year concept. And basically, it's where you add the years that you die sooner plus the years that you're sick away from your complete lifespan. And again, this is something that happens even in the United States where people live with chronic diseases and have decreased quality of life, significantly impacted quality of life for many years. And again, the causes of that in the United States versus other countries are very different. So that's this idea, this disability adjusted life year age, that again, the years that you lose either dying before an average person should, plus the years that you live sick. So looking at the assignments for Module 1, Week 1, you're going to pull up an article about Zika virus, which is again currently going in the news. And then in Week 2, you're actually going to study this nonprofit about goats in the South Sudan. The discussion boards. And then the homework assignments. The first one is a fairly straightforward worksheet. You're going to go to this Excel document from the World Health Organization and answer questions on that worksheet. A couple are going to ask your opinion. Just give it your best guess based on what you've seen so far. And then assignment 2, which is a little bit bigger, you have to read a journal article and then do some writing. So again, make sure you allot time for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.